some water, and a little paintbrush. So you can keep your paintbrush in your water. And when I have my paper moms and dads, grandmas, babysitters, you might want to cut it in half just because it might be too much for them to use right now. Or if you have some scissors in front of you, you might want to cut that. So I'm going to have my piece of paper, and I'm going to put my piece of paper up here just so you can see it, but you can work with your paper down in front of you. And then when you have your tissue paper, if you guys want to start taking some out and putting the same colors together that go together. So I started doing some, and if you notice, I have some orange and some red, and red one got over there, and I have some dark pink and some light pink and some green.
Excuse me, Mr. Shaw.
Yep.
Did you have a question, Xavier?
Can we just use a regular piece of paper? Should it be thicker?
Oh, just regular paper is fine. The thicker one it will stick to a little bit better, but actually it doesn't stick on there for long. It's more of just like painting it on with the water and then seeing the colors come through. But any kind of paper will work. Thanks, Miss Nicole. And guys, we have some yellow and some dark blue and light blue and some purple. And you don't have to take all of them out of your bag. I just wanted to put them and sort them together that they're all alike, so I'm able to find my colors easier. So when I take my paper, you can take your water and your paintbrush with your water, and take your water, make sure your paintbrush has some water on it, and paint it on your paper. And when you do that, mine's dripping down because it's up here. I'm gonna pick my favorite color first, red. And if you take your paper, it should stick right on there. And then you can take any color after that. It can be however you want it to be. I'm gonna do green next. Stick it right next to it. Maybe I'll do a light pink. And after you put a few on there, you can take your paintbrush again and your water and paint over it, and it will stick a little bit better. And you can just make a whole different type of scenery if you want. And they don't all have to be in line like mine. I can put some water down here at the bottom and put some down here too. It doesn't have to look just like mine. This time I think I'm going to take an orange. Put an orange down here and maybe a purple. You can put it like this. It doesn't have to be right next to it. Oop. And if you paint right over it, it will stick a little bit better. Another idea we had, this whole week we've been talking about how to make houses and people. If I wanted to use some of these things, we could do some of this when we make one of our scenes. So on this side, let's pretend I drew a person right here and I thought, I think I want them to walk in the grass. So I'm gonna paint the bottom of my paper. And instead of getting a green marker to make grass, I can just use my tissue paper and pretend that's some grass at the bottom. Some tissue paper on there for my grass. And I can take my paintbrush and paint right over it so it stays on there. And then if I'm outside in the grass, I want to imagine that there's a nice blue sky. A nice blue sky. So I think I'm going to mix some of my light blue and some of my dark blue. So I'm going to put a dark blue and then a light blue for my sky. And then another dark blue. And then paint over it for my sky. And then what I thought, we also learned about this, Maybe I want a sun in the corner. A little sun. And then if I want to make myself on there, make my circle face, circle eyes. And I know you guys might not have a marker in front of you right now. I'm just showing you a different type of scene you could make. And a circle nose, and a big smiley face, and some ears. And I'm making me some little bit of hair on top. And then I'm gonna make a rectangle body this time. Straight down, and across. And give myself some arms. 1, 2, cross. 1, 2, cross. And some legs. 1, 2, cross. 1, 2, cross. And don't forget, you might have shoes on, or maybe you're outside in the grass and you're not wearing any shoes. And I can't forget my fingers. 5 on each hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's just the way that you can add some stuff to your picture. You can just make a regular different collage, or you can draw something with a marker and paper and then make the scene around it. And also what you can do, we already have one made up. So many of you guys are working on your name and the first letter of your name. Oops. I did start making my name on there, if you can see an S for Mr. Sean. But see what happens after you start doing a little bit, it starts to come apart. So let me see if I can put some more on here really fast and see if it will stay on here. So you guys can look at it. You can always make the first letter of your name. You can cut your tissue paper smaller and do your whole name if you want. But after a while, it does start to come back off once the water starts drying. But you should be able to see it now, and you can make anything you want with this. So if you guys were able to make something, you don't have to hold it up now.